I probably fell in love with design far before I realized it or even studied architecture. But the first time I realized I was in love with design was when a friend showed up with an article about Anderson Harris's magazine art collage clippings. Anderson Harris and his wife Ora Lee were the second clients of Auburn University's Rural Studio Design Build program down in Alabama. It's about an hour south of my folks' home. Their previous home was pretty leaky, lacked indoor plumbing, had no heat. Their new house, the house that the students built for them, featured a wood stove, an indoor bathroom, a ramp for Miss Harris's wheelchair. It also had this huge butterfly roof that housed the soaring screen porch. It was pretty impressive. We visited a few years later after I saw the magazine, and we wanted to just take some photos and pass by Mr. Harris and maybe wave, but he wasn't having any of that. He bellowed out to us from his front porch, "Come on over here!" And pretty soon we were sitting with he and his wife and learning about his art. He gave us a quick little tour, but the house was small. Took no time. We sat most of the time on that front porch though, and he told us about the design and things he would change in that design, how grateful he was for it too. And I think that's when design clicked for me, how important it was, and when I fell in love with it, to kind of feel his gratitude, his friendliness, and then that inherent sort of student humbleness that went into it, especially that this was their first client that they'd ever worked for. Design intrinsically contains that idea that something or process can be better through rethinking of it. It's not necessarily a solution, but it's definitely a new way to approach an idea. And I feel pretty lucky to be where I am, working on projects that do that, that offer something to other people. And this firm seems to really put out the message that community engagement is as important as the projects that we get through other means. So yeah, I guess I fell in love with design on a mosquitoed floodplain of rural Alabama, sitting on the porch of a man who had no money but was pretty rich in character and humility.